identifying what sounds that we're listening to. So some are going to be really easy, and you're going to be like, oh, I know exactly what that is. And some, you're going to be like, I have no idea what that is. And if you get to something that is kind of confusing, just pretend like you know what it is. You know, make up something like, oh, it sounds like, you know, this. So the first song, it's just a little sample clip. And I'm just going to play about 30 seconds of it, and then so on like a clean piece of paper right here, go ahead and write your name and today's date, and then write sound identification. So there's a lot of things going on in there. So what's maybe the first thing that you heard?
Drum.
And the last thing that you heard?
Snare.
And a couple other things in there. I want you guys to write them down, and then we're going to brainstorm them. Hey, Michael.
First thing I heard were the cymbal and the snare, and then I heard piano, guitar, and since I listen to a lot of bass, I definitely heard the bass.
Oh, did anybody else hear anything else in there?
I heard the little thing.
I thought it was like a triangle.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
there's a
yeah, yeah,
triangle
that's
in
what I forgot. Triangle. Thanks, no. Something. What?
You guys need to listen to that one more time?
No, I
Or you
heard
got-
like this thing. It's in between, like. So wait, play it again. Play it one more time.
Okay.
I can like, yeah, I heard a
Okay.
buzzing sound. Is it like
Okay.
kazoo?
So what sound is that?
I think
Trumpet.
I don't think
A
that
bagpipe. That's what it sounds like.
What other sounds? Clap.
Oh, it's a guitar. It's a guitar. They're playing strings on it.
What kind of guitar?
Electric.
Electric guitar, so that one's pretty easy. So what are the sounds you guys hearing in there? So yeah, there's about 40-something tracks on that one. So
What's the name of your band?
it's Melissa Ivey Band.
Oh.
So my band. I'm gonna play that one more time because there's a lot of stuff going on there. So any of these sounds that you're hearing, just go ahead and write them down. One more time. Vocals in there, but it's not like she's singing, she's just kind of scatting, right? So scatting. Vocals. Cool. So we're just kind of warming up our brains here, but do you guys see, yeah, some similarities within just these 4 sound clips? Very different kinds of music, right?
Drums and guitar.
Wow, drums, guitar. Any other similarities you guys see? Or remember hearing?
They all have a beat.
They all have a common beat. using drums, guitar, and even the weird kind of buzzing one had some horns in it, created the vibe. Cool, so we're just kind of opening our brains to listen a little bit. So the next exercise we're going to do is listening, and then we're going to get up out of our seats and get our bodies moving.
Long ago, in an old town in Mexico, there was a young boy named Juanito. He went, or during lunchtime, he went in his backyard to go pick some fruits.
It kind of reminded me of one of those movies about medieval villages. How those villages were like unwalled and small, but very peaceful until some guy shows up.
Darkness washes over the young girl in a wave, paralyzing her of her sight. Goosebumps crawl up her arms, a smooth chill races up her spine. That's all I got.
Oh, it's really good imagery. I like that. I almost got a goosebump just hearing that. Listening to the same kind of music and different kinds of music, we hear a lot of the same things, right? Some of us are hearing violins, some of us are hearing horns. Who's right? Who's wrong? Nobody, right? So in these stories, as we're listening to the music, we're all going to feel something different. And as Jerry and I were talking before, Mr. Lasso, sometimes I'm going to hear a song and I'm going to think, oh, this is a love song. Oh, this is about being in love. And somebody else could be like, well, that's a breakup song. So we're going to hear the same piece of music and going to take away from different things. So where the commonality is usually in the lyrics. So if I heard that music, that menacing kind of music, but then I'm hearing things like the darkness winds, the whispering hollows, the goosebumps, that makes me go, oh, okay, it's a scary theme, right? Versus, talking about something happy or something bright opening up. So as we explore music in the next couple weeks, we're going to try to paint the picture for the audience that's very clear and doesn't really leave a lot up to them to go, well, is this happy or is this sad? And that's all a part of the storytelling. So that's why we kind of went over the different characters, the settings, the plot, and the themes, because as we start writing songs, the end of this week and the beginning of next week, we're going to want to use those similar things that we do for stories, but sometimes you're only going to have 8 syllables to place where you are, who that character is. Sometimes you're only going to have a melody that's maybe 16 syllables in the whole stanza, and you have to really choose your words carefully.
Blop. Whoa.
That was pretty good. Okay, now
I said half of us
the
like
next
that.
rule is that you have to try to make the person next to you laugh.
Blop, man. Blop.
Oh, Carmen, you didn't make it once. Dang, I'm usually good at this.
Okay.
I'm with you, Carmen. Okay, you know what? Less. Whoa!
Oh, you got him. Good, you got him.
Ready? 1, 2,
Blip.
3.
Blop.
Whoa.
Blip. Blop. Whoa.
Hey, blip.
Whoa. Blop.
You're out. That was really good. So I like when you guys going really fast. Here we go. One more time. Starting with
Blop.
Blip.
Whoa.
Blop.
Whip.
You said whip.
It had never occurred to the wolf that he was of the elite wolf pack. His parents were the leaders of their tribe and all the animals in the dewy forest. His home was the biggest den covered in rich moss and shrubs, always warm with the welcoming scent of pine. His protective mother always keeping one eye on him and the other on his den. His father, the wolf pack leader, told him all about his hunting adventures, but never allowed him to come and join the pack, not until today.
And then I noticed my dad has stopped in front of me, laying down and being very still. I asked him, what was it? He told me to get down, as in I took action until I told everyone else the same. This is the first time this has happened to me.
Inside, I am jumping with joy, celebrating the fact that this will be my first hunt. My eyes well with tears. But then a thought comes sprinting into my head. What about the other tribes? They've been wandering in our territory for a while, for as long as I can remember.
When I leave, I glance back at my mother, Rory. She howled loudly, and so did I. Now we're deep into the woods, and there's a total, complete silence. I look at this squirrel, and I don't move. Finally, I leap towards it and gash my teeth into its fragile skin. I look to find my father, but he's nowhere in sight. I let go, licking the blood off my teeth as the squirrel limps away.
Though his father knew about the wolf's blind eyes, it seemed as if it had made no difference. He was older than him when his father began his first hunt. Just because I cannot see does not mean I cannot hunt, Wolf would tell his father several times. The pack's sense of smell is honed, true, but being blind forces you to use anything else that isn't your eyes. He could smell almost anything from a mile away. Wolf's ears flinched at the quietest noise. The taste of the food from the hunt also tasted of what Wolf believed to be berries and grass. Your first hunt, son. This time his voice seemed almost violent.
There are a lot of similarities in story content from tribe to tribe. During celebration ceremonies and gatherings, stories were shared among tribes, often even given as gifts, much like songs were given as gifts. So my gift to you, but it would be a gift of knowledge passed down. So the stories would then be revised according to the region from the tribes. If, for example, a gift of a story was given from the plains to a coastal tribe, so my tribe is in the mountains, we're, by this plush forest, and maybe my story has to do solely with the forest, but you live by the coast, so they would kind of transfer them into the relevance of the tribe. And the creatures would become water creatures as opposed to flatland creatures such as buffalo. And there were also shared stories, so flood stories who fell from the sky. That is in so many different traditions and so many different stories, not just Moses, but so many different, it's just told over and over, time and time again. So that's a crucial part of the stories, is really knowing, feeling, thinking, feeling that you were there, and then being able to transcribe to you guys. So I noticed as I was telling my story about the car, as I was getting excited, you guys were like, wow, so as a storyteller, you have that power to make somebody feel like they were there. Let's just pick a couple of these. Let's do Skywalker, Batman, and then you guys let me know about Loki. Iron Man instead of Batman. So, Skywalker, Iron Man, Loki. So, where is Skywalker? What setting is he in?
It actually changes. His original home is on Tatooine.
He wants to be king of. He wants to vie for the throne of Asgard.
But Loki's all
But
like,
Loki
nah.
wants to be.
So, they're both struggling for power,
Yeah.
right? So it's power struggle.
Sibling
Or is
rivalry.
actually doing something.
Rivalry.
Loki's just leaving him alone.
And then
What about
for-
Skywalker? What's
for
his conflict?
Luke, it's
Darth
Darth Vader.
Right.
His father.
I
That's
am
my
your
best.
father.
Okay. So no, everybody doesn't like him, so he's trying to. Does he care?
Find a good friend.
Okay.
Keep us lonely.
He's lonely. So his mission would be to find a friend. Okay. What other missions could he have?
Maybe it's fine.
His mission is to find food. Two more things.
Find shelter.
Find shelter, find a home, find food, or find a home.
Can it be like a fiction?
My name's Lorianne, and here's my